Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. For those who don't know me, I'm Shagun Nawada, the founder of shagunnawada.in, which is your one-stop shop for all AML transaction monitoring screening related classes online. So let's begin. Just before I begin the video, I wanted to let you know that I am hosting a 1 hour demo class, which is on the 6th of April. The morning slot is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., whereas the evening slot is from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The session is going to be about what shagunnawada.in has got to offer you as courses, whether it is the basic course or the advanced course. We'll have a detailed discussion as to what you're going to learn and what is the duration of these courses. Plus, you will have a great opportunity to interact with me directly with any questions you have regarding AML transaction monitoring and screening related roles. And I will also be joined with individuals who are already working with largest banks in the world. I don't want to name those banks here. They will be joining the live stream, and again, of course, you will have a really good opportunity to interact with them directly, and also clarify questions if you have. Yeah, so it is on 6th of April, mark the date, and you can pause the video because I'm going to display how to register for this session. And yeah, the fee for this session is like rupees 199 only. See you there. In today's video, we are going to look at what is a check fraud, which is also known as clearing cycle fraud, and then we'll move on to learn what is a payment diversion fraud. So let's begin. Clearing cycle fraud. So what is clearing cycle fraud? So it is a fraud done by the fraudsters using a check which is introduced into the banking system. It could be a check from a stolen checkbook, or it could also be a check which is cloned, or it could also be a check which is completely counterfeit. When I say counterfeit, the complete check is counterfeit, or at least the signature on the check is counterfeit to match the actual owner of that checkbook or the account holder basically. So how does the clearing cycle fraud work? So if I am the perpetrator of the fraud, I have got a check from a stolen checkbook. What I would usually do is I would write a check to myself on my other bank account and then deposit the check on a Friday, because usually interbank checks take 24 to 48 hours to clear. But however, what happens is the moment the check is deposited, there is some amount which would show as credit into your account. It is not the actual credit, but your account still shows as credit. So what the fraudster, or what I would do, is go to an ATM on a Saturday or a Sunday, whenever the balance is reflecting. I would withdraw all the funds, and that is how I commit a fraud. So taking an advantage of the clearing cycle is known as clearing cycle fraud. I hope you got what is clearing cycle fraud. If you do have any questions, then please reach out to me, or you can mention the questions in your comments so that I can reply to them. In some of the cases of clearing cycle fraud, at times the customer himself or herself is the perpetrator of the fraud. Now, how does that work? So imagine I have bank accounts with bank A as well as a bank account with bank B. So what I will do is I will use the bank account A checkbook to write a check to myself and deposit it on my or in my bank B account. Okay, again using the clearing cycle. So some amount would show as credit in my bank B account, which I would withdraw using the or taking the advantage of the clearing cycle. And once the amount is withdrawn, the account A from which the check was drawn on, the check will obviously bounce because I do not have any balance in my account, bank account A basically. So that is how the individuals commit fraud, wherein the customer himself or herself is the perpetrator of the fraud. Before we move on to see what is a payment diversion fraud, I would like to thank everyone who's already following me on LinkedIn and sharing my videos via LinkedIn and various other social media platforms. Thanks a lot. And if you are watching my videos for the first time, please do follow me on LinkedIn and other social media applications, and also share my video as much as you can. Again, would like to thank you, and let us move on to what is payment diversion fraud. Payment diversion fraud, which is also known as the CEO fraud, in a layman's language. So, how does it work? Let me explain it to you in simple terms. So, I am, let us say, manufacturer of garments, okay, in the name of Shagun Garments Limited, okay, and I purchased the raw material or the raw textile from a company, and I've been doing it for years, and the company's name is Standard Textiles Limited. Okay, so there is a line of credit which I utilize, and there is an understanding between Shagun Garments Limited and my raw material supplier, which is Standard Textiles Limited. So what happens is one day, suddenly, the manager, the finance manager at Standard Textiles Limited, comes to know that there are no payments being received from Shagun Garments Limited for the last 6 months. All right, so that is when I write an email or try and contact someone from Shagun uh, Garments Limited, stating that you are not been paying me money for the raw materials I've been supplying for the last 6 months, and that is when the representatives from Shagun Garments Limited would be surprised and say that no, we have been regularly making payments to you for the last 6 months, and these are the statements. Now, the staff at Standard Textiles Limited would be completely perplexed as to what actually happened. Now, let us see what actually happened. So here's what happened. Shagun Garments Limited has received an email 6 months back stating from Standard Textiles Limited, stating that their bank account has now changed due to some operational reasons, and they are moving their bank account to some other bank. Okay, and all the details of the bank account would be provided, and hence they have requested Shagun Garments Limited to make payments to this particular bank account going forward, which Shagun Garments Limited has been doing for the last 6 months. Now, the catch here is that the email which has come from Standard Textiles Limited, so the actual email ID is Standard Textiles Limited at gmail.com, but the email received by Shagun Garments Limited is coming from Standard. So there will be a small bit of spelling change in either Standard or Textiles or Limited. The D would be missing. There are thousands of options, wherein you can manipulate the email ID. So the staff at Shagun Garments Limited would feel that okay, it's coming from Standard Textiles Limited without reading the actual spelling and spotting that particular error in the email from Standard Textiles Limited. So that is how it all begins, and then from that point, the payments are being diverted to a fraudster's account who who has been acting as Standard Textiles Limited, and the fraudster is actually the person who has sent the email to Shagun Garments Limited. So that is the reason it is known as payment diversion fraud, because the payment has been diverted from the actual recipient to a fraudster. So that is the reason the name payment diversion fraud. So now, why is it also known as a CEO fraud? Again, it's the same thing. So imagine you are the financial controller of a very large firm, and then the director sends you emails that you have to send so and so money to a so and so company because they are providing us so and so raw material, or they are providing us XYZ services. So one day you receive an email from the CEO asking you to transfer a huge amount into a bank account, and obviously when your CEO is reaching out to you asking for money to be sent to his this particular account, because there is a very large deal which the CEO is going to miss, and it is going to, you know, the company is going to lose a large amount of sum basically. So obviously, if I was in that position, I would be literally scared that okay, there's an email from the CEO, and I need to action this immediately. So the funds are sent out to the fraudster. So that is the reason it is also called as CEO fraud. I hope you have learned something today. So all such topics in relation to anti-money laundering, fraud, screening, and other risk-related rules, shagunnawada.in is the right place, because I myself have been in this industry for the last 20 years. So I have got practical knowledge. I have seen cases. I have solved cases. And yes, so if you're aspiring for a career in the anti-money laundering field, then please do join shagunnawada.in. As I told you that I'm also going to hold, I'm hosting a demo class on the 6th of April, two slots, morning and evening. So please take this as an opportunity. So here's the worst part, but we have to do it anyways. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and until next time, see you. Take care of yourself. Bye.